Have you ever felt like your weeks just slip away without real progress? Like you start Monday tired, distracted, or unsure of where to focus your energy? What if the way you begin your week could change everything? Not just your schedule, but your mindset, your confidence, and the results you get. Imagine waking up every Monday with a clear plan and purpose that keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. This isn't about quick fixes or empty pep talks. It's about real, simple habits you can start today that will build your strength, sharpen your focus, and help you grow week by week. In this video, I'm going to guide you through powerful steps that help you take control of your week before distractions take over. You'll learn how to set meaningful goals, reflect on your past actions, boost your energy, and create new habits that stick. These are practical, everyday actions anyone can do, no matter your situation. If you want to break free from feeling stuck, tired, or overwhelmed, this video is your starting point. Stay with me and discover how the way you begin your week can lead to lasting change. Let's unlock your potential together and make every week your best week yet. Are you ready to start? Let's go. Chapter 1. Wake up early and take control of your morning. There is a reason the most disciplined people in the world begin their days before the sun rises. When you wake up early, you claim your time before the world starts pulling at you. You begin the day with clarity instead of chaos. You start from a place of direction instead of reacting to everything thrown your way. The way you start your morning is not just a routine, it is a statement. It says, I am in charge of my life. This is how you begin every week, with intention, not excuses. And it starts by opening your eyes early, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary if you want to grow. When you wake up late, your day is already chasing you. You reach for your phone, you rush through your routine, you jump from task to task without presence. The day runs you instead of you running the day. That creates tension, that creates overwhelm, that sets you behind mentally and physically. You begin the week already feeling like you're playing catch-up, and when that becomes a pattern, you begin to lose your sense of power. You feel like life is happening to you, not because of you, but when you wake up early, you win the first battle. You prove to yourself that you can do what's hard. You make a decision the night before that tomorrow matters, that you matter. The moment you get out of bed before the world expects you to, you reclaim your time. There is a quiet strength that comes from being awake while everything else is still. It gives you space to think clearly. It gives you time to reconnect with yourself. It allows you to move through the day with control instead of chaos. You're not rushed. You're not scattered. You're calm. You're focused. You're in charge. This practice is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming intentional. It's about learning to separate what you want now from what you want most. It's about creating time to meet yourself, prepare your mind, and decide how you want to show up for the week. That mindset shift, deciding to lead your life instead of drifting through it, starts the moment you open your eyes. The truth is, waking up early is not about being a morning person. That's just a label. It's about being a disciplined person, and discipline is a choice. You choose it again and again until it becomes who you are. Discipline means doing what is right, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, because the uncomfortable moments are the ones that shape your growth. They are the moments that test your commitment to who you want to become. Each time you ignore the alarm, you strengthen the habit of avoidance. But each time you get up early, even when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your character, you strengthen your resolve, and you build a stronger version of yourself. Not just someone who wakes up early, but someone who leads their life with purpose. The early hours of the morning are your time to take control, not just of your schedule, but of your mind. When you wake up early, you give yourself space to breathe before the noise begins. You give yourself a chance to check in with your thoughts, to remind yourself of your values, to ground yourself in your purpose. You're not just moving through the day, You're preparing for it, mentally, emotionally, and physically. When you begin your week this way, you build momentum. You begin with clarity, and clarity creates confidence. You know where you're going, you know what matters. You don't waste time on distractions, because you've already spent time deciding what's important. You've already chosen your focus before the world tries to choose it for you. Waking up early isn't just about time. It's about self-respect. You get up not because the world demands it, but because you respect your own path. You care enough about your future to stop making excuses. You value your mind enough to protect it from morning chaos, and you understand that how you start the day often shapes how you respond to everything else that follows. Use those early hours to create a routine that builds you. Begin with something simple. Drink a glass of water, stretch your body, breathe deeply, sit in silence, write down your intentions. These small acts have power. They send a signal to your mind that this week belongs to you, that you are not drifting, you are directing. You don't need a complex morning ritual to see change. You just need consistency, and you need to protect those early hours with your decisions the night before. The decision to go to bed on time, the decision to prepare your clothes, to silence distractions, to set the tone. These decisions build discipline, and discipline builds freedom. When you control your morning, you reduce stress, you reduce decision fatigue, you create space for deliberate action, and when your actions are deliberate, your results improve. That's how growth works. One intentional decision at a time. Many people try to change their lives by overhauling everything at once, but real change begins with 1 hour. One choice, one habit that builds a new rhythm into your life. Waking up early is that starting point. It's not about perfection. It's about preparation. You're preparing your mind to lead instead of react. You're preparing your body to show up strong. You're preparing your life to reflect your values, not your impulses. And when you do this each week, every Monday, every first morning, you stop feeling lost. You stop feeling behind. You begin to feel capable. You begin to feel ready, because you are. You've made yourself ready by how you begin. If you want to stop feeling overwhelmed by your life, start by taking control of how you begin your day. Get up early, not because it's easy, but because it puts you in the driver's seat. Use that time to listen to yourself. Think, plan, move, choose. Do it before the world asks anything of you. When you fill yourself up first, you have more to give, more strength, more clarity, more patience, more direction. Some mornings will be harder than others. Some weeks you'll feel tired, discouraged, or unmotivated. That's when this habit matters most. The days you don't feel like showing up are the days you need to the most. Because showing up builds resilience, and resilience is not built in comfort, it's built in discipline. If you wait for motivation, you'll live inconsistently. If you build discipline, you'll live deliberately. And that begins with waking up early. That is your first act of self-leadership. You can't control everything in your life, but you can control how you begin your day. And when you master that, you begin to change everything else. Start this week with strength. Begin with stillness. Build yourself before the world has a chance to shape your mood. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the perfect time. The time is now. This is how you begin every week, with clarity, with control, with conviction. Each time you rise before your doubts, you become stronger. Each time you follow through on your intention, you prove to yourself that you're trustworthy. And when you trust yourself, you stop needing outside validation. You don't need applause to know you're on the right path. You don't need the world to believe in you. You've already chosen to believe in yourself. There is power in the quiet hours, power in the decision to rise early when your old habits beg you to stay in bed. Power in the first hour of the week when you sit with yourself and decide what kind of person you are going to be. This is where strength begins, not in the big moments, but in the small ones. You repeat with discipline. The world does not reward potential. It rewards those who take action. Wake up early. Be that person. Lead your life with intention. Make your morning your own. And from there build a week that reflects the strength you've chosen to practice. Your transformation does not begin in the middle of the chaos. It begins in the stillness of the early morning, in the quiet decision to rise, think, move, and live with purpose. That is how you begin every week, with discipline, with direction, and with the quiet strength of someone who chooses to lead their own life. Chapter 2. Write one clear goal to guide your entire week. Every week begins with noise, messages, meetings, expectations, and tasks pulling your attention in 100 directions. If you don't choose what matters most, everything will feel urgent and nothing will feel meaningful. That's why you must begin every week by writing down one clear goal that gives your time structure and your mind direction. Not 5 goals, not a to-do list. Just one goal that matters more than anything else. One goal that speaks to where you're going and reminds you who you're becoming. Most people never do this. They walk into the week reacting to everything around them. They check emails before setting priorities. They scroll through their phones before thinking about their direction. They get busy without ever getting focused. And the problem is not that they don't work hard, it's that they don't work with clarity. That lack of clarity creates mental noise. It leads to confusion, and it causes people to spend their energy on what looks important instead of what actually matters. But you're not most people. You are here because you want to live with purpose. You want to move through life with intention, not randomness. And that begins with a simple but powerful act, deciding in your own words what the most important goal of your week is. One sentence, one target, one commitment you can read every morning and say, "This is where I'm going." This goal must be personal. It must mean something to you. It must stretch you, but also be realistic enough to reach with discipline. It can be about your health. It can be about your work. It can be about your habits. What matters is not what category it falls into, but how deeply it connects with what you truly value. The right goal does not come from outside pressure. It comes from inner clarity. If you want the week to feel meaningful, this one goal must matter enough that you're willing to make room for it in your schedule. That means other things must take a back seat. That means you will have to say no to things that distract you. But more than anything, it means you will finally stop waking up unsure of where to start. You'll stop feeling pulled in every direction, because now your energy will have one direction, and energy with direction is power. This practice isn't about achieving massive success in a single week. It's about learning how to focus. When you focus, you create momentum. And momentum is what separates those who move forward from those who stay stuck. It's not how much you do, it's how clearly you do it. One goal done with full attention is worth more than 10 tasks half finished and forgotten. To write a meaningful goal, you need to slow down for a moment and ask yourself, what would make this week feel like a win? Not in someone else's eyes, in your own. What would give you a sense of growth? What would strengthen your character or move you closer to the life you want? That's where your goal comes from. It's not about pressure, it's about alignment. When your goal aligns with your values, it becomes more than a task. It becomes a commitment to becoming who you want to be. You might write something like, finish reading one book that challenges my thinking, or have a deep conversation I've been avoiding, or walk 30 minutes every day to rebuild my strength, or even work without distraction for 2 focused hours each morning. The exact words don't matter. What matters is that they're yours. They come from your vision of growth. Once your goal is written, keep it visible. Put it on a note by your bed. Make it your phone wallpaper. Write it in your planner or journal. Do not let it disappear into your mind. When goals live only in your thoughts, they fade. When they're written, they live. And when they live in front of you every day, they guide your actions. You are more likely to follow through on something you see daily. Not because you're perfect, but because you're human. We all need reminders. We all forget what matters when we're pulled in too many directions. Your written goal brings you back. It says, "This is what I committed to." And it helps you remember why you started when the days get noisy. Some weeks, you'll hit your goal with ease. Other weeks, you'll struggle. That's not failure. That's part of the process. This is not about perfection. It's about intention. Even when you fall short, you're living with more purpose than if you had no goal at all. The habit of writing a weekly goal builds focus. The habit of returning to it every day builds discipline. And the habit of following through, even when it's hard, builds trust in yourself. When you trust yourself to keep your word, you stop relying on motivation. You stop needing others to hold you accountable. You become the kind of person who follows through because it matters to you. That's the power of this practice. It's not about getting things done. It's about becoming the kind of person who does what they say. And when you begin each week this way, you start to notice something important. Life feels less scattered. You don't feel as overwhelmed. You stop trying to do everything and finally start doing the right things. That shift alone can change your life. It simplifies your thinking. It strengthens your actions. It quiets your doubts. This one goal, week after week, becomes the thread that connects your time to your purpose. You stop feeling like time is slipping away. You stop ending each week wondering what you actually accomplished, because now you have something solid to point to. You can say, "This is what I chose. This is what I worked on. This is how I grew." Even when the rest of your schedule is unpredictable, your goal remains your anchor. When distractions rise, your goal reminds you where to focus. When doubts creep in, your goal reminds you what you promised yourself. When motivation fades, your goal reminds you that action matters more than feelings. It's a simple practice, but simple things done consistently create powerful change. You don't need to map out your whole future. You don't need a 5-year plan. You just need one clear goal every week, and you need to take it seriously. Not just write it, but live it. If you skip this step, the week will control you. But if you do this one thing, if you sit down each Sunday or Monday morning and ask, "What is my one most important goal?" you change how the entire week unfolds. You no longer wake up with scattered thoughts. You wake up with purpose. So take a breath. Think honestly about where you're growing. Decide what matters right now. Then write one clear, specific goal. Make it yours. And make it visible. Then follow through. One day at a time. One choice at a time. Your life will not change in 1 week. But if you start every week this way, it will change faster than you think. You'll be focused. You'll be consistent. And you'll become the person who leads their week, not the one who gets lost in it. Chapter 3. Plan your top priorities before distractions take over. Every week is a blank slate, but if you don't decide what matters first, everything else will decide for you. Distractions are not just digital. They are decisions you didn't make. They show up the moment your mind is unclear. They come in the form of last-minute requests, social updates, passive scrolling, and reactive thinking. They enter your life quietly and eat your time without asking. That's why planning your top priorities before your attention gets hijacked isn't optional, it's essential. Most people wake up and immediately start reacting. They check messages, skim headlines, or open apps that pull them into endless loops of information. Within minutes, Their mind is no longer their own. The day hasn't even started, and they're already behind. This is not because they lack discipline. It's because they haven't made a decision about what actually matters. And when you don't choose what matters, everything starts to feel urgent. That urgency drains energy and makes small tasks feel overwhelming. To live with clarity, you must define your priorities before the noise begins. That means you sit down early, when your mind is fresh, and you decide with full attention what must be done this week. Not what you want to do if you have time. Not what someone else says is important, but what is absolutely necessary for you to move forward. These are not just tasks. These are commitments to your growth. They are the things that align with your deeper values and personal direction. You don't need a complex system. You don't need 20 apps or a color-coded planner. You just need a moment of stillness and the honesty to look at your life and say, here's what truly matters right now. Choose no more than 3 top priorities. Not because you can't handle more, but because your energy and attention are limited. If everything is a priority, nothing gets done with focus. Spreading yourself thin looks productive, but it's just avoidance in disguise. Narrow your attention, simplify your goals, choose fewer things and do them fully. When you write your top priorities, use specific language. Don't say work on my project. Say complete the first draft of my presentation by Thursday. Don't write get in shape. Say walk 4 mornings this week for 30 minutes. Specificity creates structure. Vague goals get pushed aside. Clear tasks move forward. Once your priorities are written, place them somewhere visible. They are not for your memory. They are for your focus. When life gets busy, and it will, your list reminds you where to return your attention. It says, this is what you decided. This is where your time must go. It pulls you back from distractions and helps you reset. Because distractions are only powerful when you forget what matters. But when your priorities are in front of you, you stop chasing noise and start moving with purpose. Planning your priorities is not just about productivity. It's about protecting your peace. When you don't have a plan, your mind stays open to every request, every problem, every demand. You feel anxious, pulled in too many directions. But when your priorities are clear, you create boundaries. You know what to say yes to, and more importantly, you know what to say no to. You stop overcommitting. You stop people-pleasing. You protect your time by knowing what your time is for. This is not about becoming rigid or unapproachable. It's about becoming clear. Clarity allows you to be kind without being a pushover. It allows you to stay focused without being cold. When you know your priorities, you respect them, and you teach others to respect them too. Your plan must match your reality. Don't build a fantasy schedule filled with unrealistic goals. Start with what's essential. Ask yourself, what 3 things, if done this week, will move me forward? These might not always be urgent, but they are important. Urgency fades. Importance compounds. The tasks you plan today shape the person you become tomorrow. Choose wisely. Build your week around your priorities, not the other way around. Too often, people fill their days with meetings, errands, and interruptions, then try to squeeze in their real goals in the leftover time. That's backwards. Schedule your most important work first. Protect time blocks where you can focus without distraction. Let everything else adjust around your priorities. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't belong. This level of planning takes effort, but it gives you freedom. You're no longer guessing what to do next. You're not at the mercy of randomness. You're leading your time instead of being led by it. That shift alone changes how you feel at the end of the week. Instead of exhaustion, you feel fulfillment. Instead of regret, you feel progress. You look back and see movement, not motion. Expect interruptions. Life doesn't follow your plan perfectly. People will still call. Unexpected problems will still show up. That's not failure, that's life. But when your priorities are clear, you don't lose yourself in the chaos. You adjust and return. You don't throw away the whole day because an hour got messy. You recalibrate and refocus. You must also plan when you'll review your progress. Pick one time, perhaps Friday evening or Sunday night, to ask yourself, did I follow through on my top priorities? Not to judge yourself, but to learn. Every week is a chance to improve how you plan, how you focus, and how you manage your time. You're not aiming for perfection, you're building consistency. You're learning how to live with fewer regrets and more intention. This habit builds confidence. Every time you follow your plan, even just one priority, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You stop relying on motivation. You develop trust in your own discipline, and that trust makes your future more solid. You're no longer drifting. You're deciding. Distractions will always exist. The world will always be noisy. But your mind does not have to be. You have the power to choose what fills your days. You have the ability to decide what gets your energy. You do not need to wait until things calm down. You calm things down by deciding what's worth your time. That's what planning your priorities does. It puts you back in charge. Let others rush. Let others react. You will move with direction. You will begin your week, not with chaos, but with clarity. And that clarity is what gives you the edge. That clarity is what allows you to finish what you start. That clarity is what makes your effort count. Don't leave your most important work to chance. Don't hope for a quiet moment to get focused. Make that moment. Plan your priorities before the world wakes up. Before the messages pile in. Before your energy is divided. Take that quiet space and decide what matters. Write it down. Protect it. Follow it. You don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need more goals. You need more follow-through. And you don't need a new life. You just need to start living this one with more intention. Plan your top priorities before distractions take over, and you will feel a change. Not just in what you achieve, but in how you think, how you lead yourself, and how you feel when you look back at the end of the week. This is how growth begins. This is how clarity is. This is how you lead your life, by choosing what matters before everything else tries to choose for you. Chapter 4. Reflect on last week and learn from your actions. Every new week begins with a question most people ignore. What did last week teach me? Without this question, growth becomes guesswork. You might feel busy, but you don't know if you're improving. You might feel tired, but you don't know why. That's why reflection is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Before you move forward, you must look back and study how you spent your time, how you responded to challenges, and whether your actions matched your values. This is not about judging yourself, it's about understanding yourself. There's a difference. Judgment leads to shame. Understanding leads to change. When you reflect with honesty and kindness, you learn things about your patterns that help you make better choices. You begin to notice what drains you and what strengthens you. You see where you wasted time and where you stayed focused. That awareness is the starting point of real progress. Take a few minutes at the end of every week. Quiet minutes, away from distractions, and walk through your past 7 days. Ask yourself a few simple but powerful questions. What went well? What didn't? Where did I keep my word? Where did I drift? What did I do that made me feel proud, not just productive? These questions help you connect your actions to your identity. They help you track whether you're becoming the person you want to be, not just checking things off a list. Start by identifying the wins, no matter how small. Maybe you finished a project. Maybe you kept a promise to yourself. Maybe you handled a difficult situation with more calm than usual. Wins don't have to be big, they just have to be real. Celebrating progress keeps you motivated. It reminds you that your effort matters, that even if things aren't perfect, you're not where you used to be. Growth is often slow, but that doesn't mean it's invisible. Your job is to notice it. Next, face the places where you fell short. This part is hard, but it's where the most valuable lessons live. Don't run from mistakes. Don't cover them with excuses. Instead, study them. What caused the failure? Was it a lack of planning? A moment of distraction? A decision made out of fear? When you take responsibility without beating yourself up, you gain power. You see that most failures are patterns, not one-time events. And if they're patterns, they can be changed. Reflection also shows you what's missing. Sometimes the problem isn't what you did wrong, it's what you didn't do at all. Maybe you neglected your health. Maybe you avoided a conversation. Maybe you kept postponing something meaningful. Noticing the gaps is just as important as noticing the win. The gaps reveal where your values and your habits don't align. And once you see that, you can begin the real work of change. One of the most powerful questions you can ask during reflection is this: did I spend my time on what matters most to me? This question goes beyond tasks. It forces you to think about alignment. Were your days filled with urgency or with meaning? Did you build your week around your priorities, or did you let other people's expectations shape your time? Answering this question with honesty can be uncomfortable, but that discomfort is useful. It shows you where you're drifting. It pulls you back to your values. Your past week is full of data. It's not random. It's a mirror. And when you reflect on it with clear eyes, you start to see your tendencies. Maybe you always start strong on Monday, but lose focus by Thursday. Maybe you say yes too quickly and regret it later. Maybe you avoid things that challenge you and spend time on what feels easy. These patterns don't define you, but they do shape your life until you break them. And you can't break them if you don't notice them. Reflection also helps you manage your energy, not just your time, but your emotional and mental energy. What made you feel energized last week? What drained you? Where did you feel peace, and where did you feel tension? These questions matter because even if your calendar looks full, a week filled with energy-depleting activities is not a week well spent. Your energy is limited. Protecting it means making better decisions, not just about what you do, but how and when you do it. Don't rush this process. Even 5 minutes of honest reflection can give you more clarity than a full day of unfocused work. Slow down, look back, learn. Then use what you find to guide your next step. The goal is not to feel bad about what you didn't do. The goal is to grow more aware of what gets in the way, so next week can be better. Reflection turns mistakes into lessons. It turns good moments into habits. It turns patterns into choices. Most importantly, it keeps you from living on autopilot. When you live without reflection, you keep repeating the same mistakes and calling it bad luck. You keep chasing distractions and calling it effort. You stay busy, but never move forward. But when you reflect, you begin to wake up. You stop drifting. You take control. This habit is also how you stay accountable to yourself. You don't need someone watching over you. You just need to keep your promises visible. You need to ask yourself, did I do what I said I would do? And if not, why not? That simple accountability builds trust. You stop hiding from your flaws and start fixing them. You stop pretending you're okay with certain habits and start changing them. You become your own leader, not just your own worker. Some people will go years without reflection. They'll keep repeating the same cycle, wondering why they feel stuck. You don't need to live that way. You can choose something better. And it starts with this simple question, asked at the end of every week: what did I learn about myself? Learning doesn't always come from books. It comes from paying attention to your own behavior, to how you respond under pressure, to how you treat people when you're tired, to the decisions you make when no one is watching. That's the real education. And it's available to you every single week, if you're willing to look. There's no growth without awareness, and there's no awareness without reflection. That's why this step matters. It's not a pause from progress, it's part of progress. It's how you make sure your hard work is actually taking you somewhere. Don't skip it. Don't rush past it. Make space for it, respect it, and let it shape the way you move forward. The most successful people don't just do more. They learn faster. They grow because they study their actions. They adjust quickly. They don't waste time repeating what doesn't work. You can do the same. All it takes is a few moments of honest attention to your past week. Look at it clearly. Ask the right questions. Find the lessons. Then take them with you into the next 7 days. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware. You don't need to do everything right. You just need to keep learning. And you don't need to start over every week. You just need to get a little better. One lesson at a time. 1 week at a time. That's how change becomes permanent. That's how growth becomes real. That's how you turn your actions into wisdom, and your weeks into a life that reflects who you really are. Chapter 5. Speak kind words to yourself with full belief. The way you speak to yourself becomes the foundation of how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you move through your week. If the first words you say to yourself each morning are filled with doubt, criticism, or shame, you will carry that weight through every hour that follows. It doesn't matter how well your week is planned or how ambitious your goals are. If your inner voice is working against you, you'll constantly feel like you're trying to swim upstream. You will question your worth. You will second-guess your decision. You will hesitate to try because a part of you doesn't fully believe you're capable or deserving. This is why speaking kind words to yourself is not a feel-good exercise. It's a life-changing habit. And not just kind words, but words you truly believe. Because empty praise means nothing. It fades the moment life gets hard. But when you speak to yourself with honesty, love, and belief, your words become an anchor. They help you stand firm when you feel uncertain. They remind you of your strength when the week tests your patience. They carry you forward when your confidence feels low. You are always listening to your own voice. That voice shapes how you handle failure, how you respond to stress, how you interact with others, and how you see your own potential. So make it a voice that supports you, not none that tears you down. Start every week by saying things to yourself that you would say to someone you love. Not just generic affirmations, but real truths rooted in your experience. Remind yourself of what you've overcome. Acknowledge your effort. Respect your resilience. Say things like, I am trying and that matters. I may not be perfect, but I am growing. I have worth that doesn't depend on results. You don't need to wait until you feel good to speak kindly. Speak kindly first. The feeling will follow. Just like you don't wait for the weather to be perfect before you start your day, you don't wait for your self-esteem to magically appear before you treat yourself with care. You create it by building it, word by word, day by day. This isn't about lying to yourself or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing a tone that's helpful. If you fail, don't say, I'm useless. Say, I made a mistake, but I can learn from this. If you feel tired, don't say, I'm falling behind. Say, I need rest, and rest is part of growth. If you feel unsure, don't say, I'll never figure this out. Say, I don't have the answer yet, but I will keep going. Your words create your reality, even if the facts remain the same. A harsh voice closes you off. A kind voice opens you up. This habit becomes even more powerful when you speak out loud, not just in your head, but with your actual voice. Hear yourself say the things you need to believe. Speak them while you get ready, in the morning. Say them while looking in the mirror. Say them while walking, sitting, or even silently mouthing them in public. Your brain doesn't need volume. It needs intention. When you pair your thoughts with your voice, they become more real, more rooted, more memorable. Sometimes this will feel awkward. That's okay. Growth often feels strange at first. If you've spent years being hard on yourself, it will take time to adjust. But repetition changes everything. The more you speak kind truths, the more they feel natural. And the more they feel natural, the more they shape your actions. You'll start showing up with quiet confidence. You'll be more patient when things don't go smoothly. You'll be less afraid of mistakes because you know they don't define you. You'll stop chasing perfection and start practicing self-respect. Kind words don't make you soft. They make you strong, because the person who knows how to support themselves from the inside doesn't fall apart when the outside world gets rough. They don't need constant approval. They don't break under pressure. They don't treat every setback like a sign to quit. They rise again and again, not because life is easy, but because their mindset is steady. There will be moments when old voices return, the critical ones. The ones that say you're not enough, not smart enough, not fast enough, not worthy of change. When that happens, you don't have to argue. Just answer with truth. Say, that voice is from the past. It's not who I am now. Then return to your new words. Speak them calmly. Repeat them if you need to. You are not erasing your history. You're building a better present. This practice also affects how you treat others. When you speak kindly to yourself, you naturally become more patient, more compassionate, and more grounded in your interactions. You stop projecting your self-criticism onto the people around you. You stop needing them to fill a gap that only you can fill. You become someone who supports others without resentment, because you've learned to support yourself first. Each week will come with challenges. Some weeks you'll feel strong. Some weeks you'll feel scattered. That's life. But the one thing you can control every time is how you speak to yourself. Will you be your own source of strength, or your own source of stress? Will your voice build you up or break you down? That choice belongs to you, no matter what happens around you. You are allowed to feel unsure. You are allowed to struggle. But don't turn that into a reason to be cruel to yourself. Don't confuse self-awareness with self-attack. You can grow without tearing yourself apart. You can change without punishing yourself. You can improve without hating where you are right now. Every kind word you speak to yourself becomes a seed, and every seed, when nurtured, becomes something stronger. Your words matter more than you think. They're not just sounds. They are signals to your mind, instructions to your heart, reminders to your spirit. If you want to live with purpose, peace, and power, start with how you talk to yourself. Speak like someone who matters. Speak like someone who belongs. Speak like someone who is becoming more capable, more wise, more grounded every week. No one else has to hear them, but you do, and that's what counts. Make sure your voice is one that lifts, not one that crushes. Because the week will challenge you, life will test you, but if your voice is kind, steady, and filled with belief, you will always have something solid to stand on, even when the world around you feels uncertain. Chapter 6. Move your body to energize your mindset fast. When you want to change how you feel quickly, the most effective tool you have is your body. The connection between your physical movement and your mental state is immediate and powerful. Sitting still for too long can leave your mind feeling sluggish or overwhelmed. On the other hand, when you get your body moving, you send fresh energy to your brain and trigger positive changes in your mood and focus. Moving your body is one of the fastest ways to energize your mindset and reset your mental state. You don't need a gym membership or complicated equipment to benefit from physical activity. Simple actions like stretching your arms overhead, taking a brisk walk around your home, or doing a few jumping jacks can spark immediate mental clarity. Your muscles contract, your heart beats faster, and oxygen floods your system. This physical response signals your brain to increase alertness and improve your ability to think clearly and creatively. You will notice your anxiety lower, your stress melt, and your motivation increase as a result. Starting your week by moving your body is a deliberate choice that sets the tone for your mental and emotional resilience. When you make physical activity a habit, you build a reliable strategy for managing overwhelm and fatigue. Instead of reaching for distractions or procrastinating when challenges arise, you can rely on movement to bring you back into a state of calm readiness. This simple habit becomes a reset button you can press anytime your energy dips. Movement also releases chemicals in your brain called endorphins, which act as natural mood boosters. These chemicals help reduce feelings of pain or sadness and increase your overall sense of well-being. When you begin your week with intentional movement, you are literally feeding your brain with the tools it needs to face challenges with greater ease. You create a positive feedback loop where movement improves mood and a better mood motivates more movement. The type of movement matters less than the fact that you move consistently. Some people prefer yoga or gentle stretching to awaken their body, while others feel most energized by quick bursts of cardio or dancing. What matters is that you listen to your body's needs and respond with actions that feel good and sustainable. Pushing yourself too hard can lead to burnout or injury, but gentle, steady movement encourages balance and longevity. Movement also helps improve your posture, which affects your confidence and energy levels. When you sit or stand tall, your body sends signals to your brain that you are ready and capable. Slouching or hunching can have the opposite effect, making you feel tired or unmotivated. By moving regularly and focusing on your posture, you create a physical foundation for mental strength. Your body supports your mindset rather than working against it. Incorporating movement into your morning or weekly routine doesn't have to take long. Even 5 to 10 minutes can have a significant impact. Try to make it enjoyable rather than a chore. Choose movements that you like and that match your current energy level. The goal is to build a positive association between movement and mental clarity, so you want to keep coming back to it. Over time, you will naturally increase your endurance and the intensity of your workouts. Movement can also serve as a way to break up your day and prevent mental fatigue. If you find yourself stuck in a rut or struggling to focus, take a short break to stretch or walk around. These mini resets refresh your brain and allow you to return to your tasks with renewed attention and creativity. They reduce the buildup of stress and keep you engaged with your work or personal project. You may find that moving your body helps improve your sleep quality, which in turn supports your mindset. Regular physical activity helps regulate your sleep cycle, allowing you to fall asleep faster and experience deeper rest. When you sleep well, your brain processes emotions better and your memory functions more effectively. A good night's sleep builds mental resilience, making it easier to face challenges each day. Movement also encourages mindfulness by helping you connect with your body and the present moment. When you move with awareness, you become more in tune with how your body feels and what it needs. This awareness helps you make better decisions throughout the day and reduces impulsive reactions driven by stress or fatigue. It grounds you in reality and helps prevent overwhelm by focusing your attention on what you can control. Even on days when you feel tired or unmotivated, moving your body can shift your mindset from sluggishness to alertness. Movement is not about forcing yourself, but about gently nudging your energy upward. Sometimes a slow walk or gentle stretching is all you need to change how you feel. Other times, a more vigorous workout is the best choice. The key is to stay flexible and respond to what your body signals each day. You may also notice that moving your body improves your creativity and problem-solving skills. Physical activity increases blood flow to your brain and stimulates areas responsible for complex thinking. This means that moving regularly not only makes you feel better emotionally, but also helps you perform better mentally. You become more resourceful and confident in tackling your weekly challenges. Making movement a non-negotiable part of your week is an investment in your overall well-being. It shows that you value your mental health as much as your physical health. When you begin every week by moving your body, you are sending a message to yourself that you deserve to feel energized and focused. This simple act of self-care lays the groundwork for a productive and fulfilling week. Remember that movement is a tool you can use throughout your week anytime you need a boost. It is not reserved for workouts or special occasions. Whether you are feeling stuck, stressed, or distracted, movement can help bring you back to center. By making it a regular practice, you develop a skill that supports your resilience and growth in every area of life. In summary, moving your body is one of the fastest and most effective ways to energize your mindset. It increases oxygen flow, improves mood, releases natural chemicals in your brain, and sharpens your focus. It improves posture, enhances creativity, and supports restful sleep. Most importantly, it gives you a tool to manage stress and boost motivation anytime you need it. By making movement a weekly habit, you set yourself up for continuous improvement and greater joy in life. This week, start by moving your body, even if it is just for a few minutes. Notice how your energy changes, how your thoughts clear, and how your confidence grows. Use movement as your secret weapon to face your week with strength and clarity. Over time, this simple habit will become a powerful foundation for your personal growth and mental well-being. Your body and mind are connected in ways you may not fully realize yet, but once you tap into this connection, your whole approach to challenges will transform. Movement is not just exercise, it is a mindset shift that fuels your success and happiness every day. Chapter 7. Clean your space to reset your mental clarity. Clearing your physical space has a direct and powerful effect on your mental clarity. When your environment is cluttered or disorganized, it often reflects and reinforces a cluttered mind. A messy room or workspace creates distractions and makes it difficult to focus on what truly matters. Taking time to clean and organize your surroundings resets your mental state and helps you regain control over your thoughts. This act is more than tidying up. It is a deliberate step toward reclaiming your peace and productivity. Starting your week by cleaning your space signals to your brain that you are preparing for success. It creates a fresh canvas that invites focus and creativity rather than chaos and overwhelm. When you walk into a clean room, your mind naturally feels lighter and your energy rises. You can think more clearly and make decisions with greater ease because external distractions have been minimized. This environment sets the stage for a productive and calm week. Cleaning your space also helps you develop discipline and consistency. The act of dedicating time to clear your surroundings encourages a mindset of responsibility and care. When you commit to maintaining an orderly environment, you train yourself to approach other areas of life with the same level of attentiveness. This habit builds momentum and fosters a sense of accomplishment that carries into your daily tasks. The process of cleaning does not need to be overwhelming or time-consuming. You can break it down into manageable steps, starting with one small area such as your desk or a drawer. Focusing on one spot at a time prevents burnout and makes the task more approachable. Each small area you clean gives you a sense of progress and motivation to continue. Over time, these small actions accumulate into a completely refreshed space. Organizing your space also improves your efficiency. When everything has a designated place, it becomes easier to find what you need quickly. This reduces frustration and time wasted searching for lost items. With an organized environment, you can move smoothly through your day without unnecessary interruption. This fluidity helps you maintain momentum on your goals and projects. A clean space supports better mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. Clutter is often linked to feelings of being overwhelmed or out of control. When you clear your surroundings, you create an atmosphere of calm and order. This makes it easier to relax and focus on what is important. The physical act of cleaning can also be meditative and grounding, helping you connect with the present moment. Cleaning your environment can help improve your sleep quality. A tidy bedroom creates a sanctuary where your mind can rest without distractions. When your sleeping area is free from clutter, your brain receives signals that it is time to wind down and relax. This supports deeper and more restful sleep, which in turn enhances your mental clarity and emotional resilience during the day. When you clean your space, you also take care of your physical health. Dust and dirt can contribute to allergies and respiratory issues, which negatively impact your energy and focus. Regular cleaning reduces these health risks and creates a safer and more comfortable living environment. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, making it easier to maintain motivation and positivity. The act of cleaning can also boost your mood. Completing a cleaning task triggers the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure and reward. This chemical response makes you feel accomplished and motivated to keep going. Starting your week with this positive reinforcement creates momentum for tackling other challenges. The satisfaction of a clean space fuels your confidence and mental sharpness. Cleaning your space can also help you declutter your mind by allowing you to let go of things you no longer need. Sorting through possessions encourages reflection on what adds value to your life and what creates unnecessary noise. Letting go of old items creates emotional release and frees up mental energy. This process of intentional decluttering supports your journey of personal growth and self-awareness. When you clean and organize your space, you demonstrate respect and care for yourself. You create an environment that honors your needs and goals. This act of self-respect strengthens your relationship with yourself and encourages positive habits in other areas of your life. You begin to see yourself as someone worthy of order and peace, which influences how you approach challenges and opportunities. A clean environment supports better creativity and problem solving. When your space is clear, your brain is free to make connections and generate ideas without interruption. Clutter competes for your attention and can cause mental fatigue. By removing distractions, you give yourself the freedom to think deeply and work effectively. This clarity opens the door for innovation and growth. Involving others in cleaning your space can build a sense of community and shared responsibility. Whether at home or work, collaborating on tidying tasks strengthens relationships and creates a positive atmosphere. When everyone participates in maintaining order, it reduces stress and builds mutual respect. This collective effort enhances your support system and helps maintain long-term success. Cleaning your space before starting your week helps you transition from rest to action. It marks a clear boundary between past distractions and future focus. This physical and mental reset prepares you to engage fully with your priorities and goals. It signals that you are ready to move forward with intention and clarity. You may find that regular cleaning helps you notice small details and changes in your environment. This heightened awareness improves your observation skills and attention to detail. These abilities transfer to other parts of your life, such as work, communication, and personal relationships. Being attentive to your surroundings sharpens your overall awareness and decision-making. Cleaning can also be a form of self-care that nurtures your emotional well-being. Taking time to care for your environment sends a message of kindness and respect to yourself. It creates a safe and comforting space where you can recharge and reflect. This supportive environment is essential for building resilience and sustaining long-term growth. When you clean your space, you create a foundation for healthy habits. A tidy environment encourages healthy eating, better time management, and consistent routines. You are less likely to procrastinate or avoid tasks when your space supports your intentions. This foundation makes it easier to stay committed to your weekly goals and personal development. Finally, cleaning your space is a practical way to honor your commitment to yourself each week. It shows that you are serious about creating positive change and are willing to take concrete steps. This practice builds confidence and reinforces your identity as someone who takes action. By starting each week with a clean environment, you set the tone for a focused and successful journey ahead. Start this week by dedicating time to clean and organize your space. Notice how this physical reset affects your mental clarity and emotional calm. Use this habit to build momentum toward a more focused, productive, and joyful life. The simple act of cleaning your environment is a powerful tool for mental clarity and lasting transformation. Your space reflects your mindset, and by caring for it, you care for yourself. Chapter 8. Choose one new habit to practice with purpose. Choosing one new habit to practice with clear purpose is a powerful way to build momentum in your life. When you focus your energy on a single habit, you increase your chances of success and avoid feeling overwhelmed by trying to change too much at once. Selecting a habit that aligns with your goals gives you a clear direction and makes your efforts meaningful. Purpose fuels consistency and transforms simple actions into lasting improvements. Starting with one habit allows you to concentrate your attention and fully integrate the change into your daily routine. When you commit to practicing it regularly, you create a foundation for growth that can expand naturally over time. This focused approach helps you build confidence as you witness progress step by step. Success in one area motivates you to tackle additional habits without losing momentum. Choosing a new habit with intention means understanding why it is to you. This requires honest reflection on what you want to improve and how this habit will support your bigger vision. When your habit is tied to a personal value or meaningful goal, it becomes easier to stay committed. Purpose creates emotional connection, making the effort feel worthwhile rather than burdensome. It's important to pick a habit that is realistic and achievable given your current lifestyle. Setting a goal that is too ambitious can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, focus on a habit that feels challenging but manageable. Small, consistent steps build lasting change, much better than dramatic but unsustainable efforts. This realistic mindset promotes patience and perseverance. Practicing your habit with purpose means being mindful in your actions. Don't just go through the motions, but stay aware of how it impacts you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Notice the benefits you experience and how it shifts your mindset or behavior. This awareness reinforces positive feelings and encourages you to continue even when motivation dips. Tracking your progress can help maintain your commitment and provide valuable feedback. Use a journal app or simple checklist to record each time you successfully practice your habit. Seeing your streak grow creates a sense of achievement and accountability. It also helps you identify patterns or obstacles that need adjustment to keep moving forward. Remember that setbacks are a natural part of habit formation. If you miss a day or struggle to stay consistent, don't let it discourage you. View challenges as opportunities to learn and adapt your approach. Reflect on what caused the setback and make a plan to overcome similar situations in the future. This resilience strengthens your ability to maintain habits long-term. Sharing your habit goal with someone you trust can boost your accountability. When you verbalize your intention, it becomes more real and creates social support. A friend, family member, or coach can encourage you during difficult moments and celebrate your successes. This connection provides motivation and reminds you that you're not alone in your journey. It's useful to link your new habit to an existing routine. This strategy, known as habit stacking, helps make the new behavior automatic by associating it with something familiar. For example, if you want to drink more water, practice it right after brushing your teeth. Using established habits as triggers reduces decision fatigue and makes the new habit easier to remember. Be patient with yourself as you integrate the new habit into your life. It often takes weeks or months for a habit to become second nature. Consistency matters more than speed, so focus on showing up regularly, even if progress feels slow. Over time, your habit will become a natural part of your day and require less conscious effort. Celebrate small wins along the way to keep your motivation high. Recognize each day or week you successfully practice your habit and reward yourself in meaningful ways. These positive reinforcements create a cycle of encouragement and help transform the habit from a chore into a source of joy. As you practice your habit with purpose, you may notice improvements beyond the specific behavior. Increased self-discipline, confidence, and mental clarity often accompany new positive routines. These ripple effects enhance other areas of your life and contribute to overall well-being. Your habit becomes a stepping stone toward a more fulfilling and balanced life. Adjust your habit as needed to keep it aligned with your evolving goals. If you find the habit no longer serves you or becomes too easy, consider increasing the challenge or switching to a new habit that better supports your growth. Flexibility allows your practice to remain relevant and prevents stagnation. Keep reminding yourself of the bigger picture and how this habit fits into your vision for the future. This perspective helps you stay motivated through obstacles and maintain focus on what truly matters. Purpose gives meaning to your daily actions and transforms habit formation into a deliberate act of self-care and personal development. When you choose one new habit to practice with intention, you demonstrate respect for your own potential, you show up for yourself consistently, and build trust in your ability to change. This commitment is an act of empowerment that fuels lifelong growth and resilience. Each week becomes an opportunity to deepen this practice and create a life aligned with your highest values. Approach your new habit with curiosity and openness. Experiment with different methods and times of day to find what works best for you. This flexibility helps you customize your routine and enhances sustainability. Enjoy the process of discovery as you learn more about yourself and what supports your success. Remember that habits are tools, not rules. If a habit stops serving you, it's okay to reassess and adjust. The goal is continuous improvement, not perfection. Being kind and patient with yourself along this journey creates a healthy mindset that supports lasting change. Use your habit as a foundation to build other positive routines. Once you feel confident with one practice, consider adding another related habit to expand your progress. This gradual growth approach prevents overwhelm and keeps your development steady and manageable. Reflect regularly on how your habit impacts your life. Take note of increased energy, better focus, improved mood, or any other benefits you experience. This reflection reinforces your commitment and reminds you of the value you are creating. It also helps you make informed decisions about next steps in your growth journey. Share your habit story to inspire others. Talking about your experiences, struggles, and successes creates connection and accountability. Your journey may motivate someone else to take their first step toward positive change. This ripple effect extends the impact of your personal growth beyond yourself. Incorporating one new habit with purpose transforms your weeks from reactive to intentional. It empowers you to shape your life actively rather than letting circumstances control you. This shift in mindset is fundamental to developing resilience and achieving your goals. Commit to choosing one meaningful habit each week and practicing it with full awareness. This simple yet powerful act sets a strong foundation for continuous self-improvement. Over time, these small, focused changes accumulate into profound transformation that enhances every aspect of your life. Begin today by identifying one habit that excites and motivates you. Set a clear intention to practice it daily or regularly and track your progress. Notice how this focus improves your confidence and sense of control. Use this momentum to keep building a life filled with purpose, growth and fulfillment. Your consistent practice of one purposeful habit each week is a declaration of your commitment to yourself. It shows that you are willing to invest time and energy into becoming your best version. This dedication creates a positive cycle of growth that propels you forward even in the face of challenges. Practicing one habit with purpose teaches you discipline, patience, and self-awareness. These qualities are essential for any lasting success and help you navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease. Developing them through focused habit practice builds a resilient foundation for all your future endeavors. Celebrate your progress and embrace the journey of continuous improvement. Remember that every small step you take contributes to your larger vision. By choosing one new habit to practice with intention, you empower yourself to live a more focused, productive, and fulfilling life. Chapter 9. Connect with someone who lifts your energy up. Connecting with someone who lifts your energy is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to enhance your week and your life. When you surround yourself with people who inspire you and bring out your best qualities, you naturally feel more motivated, confident, and ready to face challenges. This connection isn't about quantity but quality. It's about finding those individuals who see your potential and encourage you to move forward even when you doubt yourself. The first step in connecting with an energizing person is to recognize who in your life already has that effect on you. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with different people. Some conversations leave you drained and frustrated, while others fill you with hope and excitement. Make it a habit to seek out the latter. This means intentionally choosing to spend time with those who radiate positivity, kindness, and support. It's okay if you don't currently have many people like this in your immediate circle. Sometimes we need to expand our social horizons to find the right connection. Look for groups, clubs, or communities that align with your interests and values. Joining places where positive and growth-minded people gather creates opportunities to meet those who can lift your energy consistently. Remember, building connections takes time, but the payoff is worth the effort. Engaging with someone who lifts your energy is not just about being a passive recipient. It's a mutual exchange where you also bring value and positivity. When you approach relationships with generosity and openness, you attract similar energy. Being willing to listen, support, and celebrate others creates deeper bonds. These authentic connections become a source of strength that helps you stay resilient through tough times. Sometimes the simplest way to connect is through a meaningful conversation. Instead of small talk, dive into discussions about dreams, goals, and challenges. Sharing openly with someone who truly listens and responds with encouragement can dramatically raise your spirits. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. True energy lifts come from honest human connection, where both people feel seen and valued. Physical presence matters too. Meeting face-to-face or through a video call helps build trust and rapport faster than text messages or social media interactions alone. If distance is an obstacle, schedule regular calls or virtual hangouts to maintain that uplifting connection. Consistency is key. Regular contact keeps the energy flowing and prevents relationships from fading. Pay attention to how these connections affect your mindset and actions. When you spend time with someone who energizes you, you'll likely notice increased motivation and clearer thinking. They can help you see solutions when you feel stuck and remind you of your strengths when doubt creeps in. This positive influence can make a huge difference in your weekly focus and productivity. Be mindful of boundaries when connecting with others. While it's beneficial to have uplifting people around, not every interaction will be perfectly positive. Protect your energy by limiting exposure to negativity or draining conversations. Learning to say no to situations or people that diminish your spirit is an important skill. Prioritize connections that nurture your well-being. Expressing gratitude to those who lift your energy strengthens your relationships. Simple words of appreciation can deepen the bond and encourage continued support. Let people know how much their presence and encouragement mean to you. This practice not only builds connection but also reinforces your own positive mindset. If you struggle to find energizing connections, consider seeking mentorship or coaching. Professionals trained to support personal growth can offer invaluable encouragement and guidance. Their energy is focused on helping you unlock your potential and overcome obstacles. This relationship can be a catalyst for change, especially when you feel isolated or uncertain about your path. Another way to connect with positive energy is by giving back. Helping others or volunteering creates a sense of purpose and connection that uplifts both you and those you serve. Acts of kindness generate feelings of joy and fulfillment. When you engage in service, you attract like-minded people who share your values and positive outlook. Avoid relationships that create unnecessary drama or competition. People who thrive on negativity or constant criticism drain your energy and distract you from your goals. Recognizing toxic dynamics allows you to protect your emotional health. Focus your time and energy on building connections that promote growth, kindness, and encouragement. Remember that connecting with someone who lifts your energy also means nurturing your own energy. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally so that you bring your best self to relationships. When you are centered and balanced, you attract healthier and more positive interactions. Be open to new people and experiences. Sometimes energy comes from unexpected sources. A new colleague, a neighbor, or even an online friend can become an uplifting influence if you allow the connection to grow naturally. Stay curious and approachable, and be willing to step out of your comfort zone. In your conversations, focus on strengths and possibilities rather than problems and limitations. This shift in dialogue fosters an energizing atmosphere that inspires both you and others. When you consistently engage in positive and forward-thinking discussions, you create a network of support that propels you toward your goals. If you're feeling low, don't hesitate to reach out. Sometimes just hearing a friendly voice or sharing your thoughts can boost your energy and outlook. Isolation can magnify negative feelings, so connection is an antidote. The courage to ask for support is a sign of strength and self-awareness. Celebrate the successes and milestones of those who uplift you. Sharing joy creates a cycle of positivity and reinforces your mutual encouragement. A culture of celebration builds resilience and fosters deeper connections that stand the test of time. Be mindful of your own energy and how it impacts others. When you maintain a positive attitude and express genuine interest in others' lives, you contribute to a mutually uplifting environment. Energy is contagious, so by being a source of encouragement, you attract the same in return. Sometimes connecting with someone who lifts your energy leads to lifelong friendships or partnerships. These relationships become anchors that provide stability and inspiration through life's ups and downs. Investing in such connections is investing in your own well-being and growth. Reflect regularly on the quality of your connections. Ask yourself who makes you feel energized and supported, and who drains your spirit. Use this awareness to adjust how you spend your time and with whom. Prioritize relationships that enrich your life and help you thrive. Use technology wisely to maintain connections, but don't let it replace real interactions. Face-to-face or voice conversations build stronger emotional bonds than texts or social media alone. Balance digital communication with personal meetings to deepen your energy-boosting relationships. Incorporate connection time into your weekly schedule. Just as you plan work and self-care, make connecting with uplifting people a priority. Consistent interaction builds habits and prevents loneliness or disengagement. Learn to recognize the signs of genuine energy lifting versus superficial or fleeting moments. Real uplifting connections leave you feeling renewed, hopeful, and motivated. They encourage growth and kindness rather than temporary excitement or distraction. When you commit to connecting with someone who lifts your energy, you create a ripple effect that improves your entire life. This one action supports your mental health, focus, and overall happiness. It strengthens your resilience and propels you forward on your path. Each week, choose at least one person to connect with intentionally and fully. Give them your attention and openness without distractions. This conscious connection creates deeper meaning and lasting impact for both of you. Know that your energy influences those around you as well. By surrounding yourself with positive people and being a positive person yourself, you contribute to a stronger and more supportive community. This collective energy benefits everyone involved. Invest time in building relationships that challenge you to grow rather than keep you stagnant. Energizing connections encourage you to step outside comfort zones and pursue new opportunities. They inspire you to be your best self continuously. Finally, appreciate the power human connection. It is one of the most natural and effective ways to boost your energy, improve your mindset, and stay motivated. By choosing to connect with someone who lifts your energy, you are choosing growth, joy, and resilience every week. Chapter 10. Remind yourself why your effort truly matters today. Reminding yourself why your effort matters is a crucial step in maintaining motivation and focus throughout your week. When you wake up and face the tasks ahead, it's easy to lose sight of the deeper reasons behind your work and commitments. Taking a moment to reconnect with your purpose helps to anchor your energy and gives meaning to every action you take. This practice transforms routine effort into powerful progress. Start by reflecting on the goals and dreams that initially inspired your current path. These reasons might be personal growth, family support, financial independence, or the desire to leave a meaningful legacy. Whatever your motivation, keeping it at the forefront of your mind fuels persistence. When you remind yourself why you began, challenges feel more manageable and setbacks become temporary obstacles rather than permanent barriers. Understanding why your effort matters requires more than just a quick thought. It demands emotional engagement. Visualize the positive outcomes your work will create. Imagine the relief, joy, or pride you will feel once you reach your milestone. This emotional connection deepens your commitment and encourages consistency even when motivation wanes. Another way to reinforce the importance of your effort is to link it to your values. Identify what matters most to you: honesty, kindness, creativity, or independence, and see how your daily actions align with these principles. When your efforts reflect your core values, your work becomes an authentic expression of who you are, making the journey itself meaningful. Sometimes the reasons behind your effort extend beyond yourself. Consider how your actions impact others, your family, friends, co-workers, or community. Realizing that your progress can inspire or support those around you adds a powerful layer of responsibility and motivation. Knowing you contribute to something bigger than yourself encourages you to keep pushing forward. It's natural to experience moments of doubt or exhaustion. When those times come, gently remind yourself that every small step contributes to a larger vision. Progress is not always immediate or visible, but each effort builds momentum. This perspective helps reduce frustration and strengthens patience, key qualities for long-term success. Write down your reasons for effort somewhere visible: a journal, sticky note, or phone reminder. Seeing these motivations regularly reinforces your mindset and prevents drifting into distraction. Written words have a way of grounding your thoughts and making abstract ideas concrete. Reviewing your purpose daily boosts clarity and determination. Break down your broader reasons into specific, actionable goals. For example, if your effort is to provide a better life for your family, Identify exactly what actions support that, such as working overtime, saving money, or learning new skills. Clear goals give your effort direction and make your purpose easier to hold on to. Celebrate the impact of your past efforts as proof of progress. Reflecting on how far you have come reinforces belief in yourself and the value of your work. Acknowledge even small victories because they remind you that your actions matter and build confidence to continue. This positive feedback loop strengthens your resolve. Connect with role models who embody the effort and purpose you admire. Learning from their stories and struggles can inspire you to persevere. Their journeys often reveal that consistent effort is what leads to breakthroughs, not sudden luck or talent. This understanding encourages you to trust the process and stay committed. When reminders of your purpose arise, use them to fuel focused action. Instead of just thinking about why your effort matters, translate that awareness into concrete steps you can take right now. This practical approach prevents purpose from becoming an abstract concept and keeps it connected to your daily reality. Avoid letting negative self-talk undermine your recognition of effort's importance. It's easy to slip into thinking your work is meaningless or that you're not making a difference. Challenge those thoughts by recalling your reasons and the tangible results you've achieved. Cultivating self-compassion supports resilience and sustains motivation. Practice gratitude for the opportunity to make effort. Many people face circumstances that limit their ability to act on their goals. Appreciating that you have the chance to work toward your vision fosters humility and strengthens your commitment. Gratitude shifts your focus from frustration to possibility. In moments of distraction or procrastination, pause and revisit why your effort matters. This brief reset can realign your focus and reignite energy. Even a few seconds of intentional reflection can change your mindset and prepare you to engage fully with your tasks. Remember that your effort influences your future self. The actions you take today create the foundation for tomorrow's opportunities and achievement. Thinking about how you want to feel or live in the future can provide powerful motivation to keep working hard in the present. Consider the consequences of not putting in effort. While it's important to stay positive, awareness of what you risk losing helps maintain urgency. Avoiding complacency is essential for growth. This balance between hope and responsibility keeps you grounded and driven. Surround yourself with reminders of your purpose in your environment. Photos, quotes, or objects connected to your reasons can serve as constant motivators. When your surroundings reflect your goals, you are less likely to forget why effort matters and more likely to stay engaged. Share your reasons for effort with trusted people. Talking about your purpose aloud deepens your commitment and builds accountability. Others can support you in staying aligned with your goals and remind you when you stray. Connection enhances motivation. Recognize that motivation fluctuates and effort sometimes feels difficult. Accepting this normalizes the experience and reduces self-judgment. Knowing you don't have to feel inspired all the time makes it easier to push through low moments and continue moving forward. Track your progress related to your reasons for effort. Seeing evidence of growth encourages ongoing action. Use journals, apps, or simple checklists to record accomplishments and review them regularly. This practice transforms abstract motivation into tangible proof. Engage in regular reflection to reassess and renew your understanding of why your effort matters. As you grow and change, your reasons may evolve too. Staying connected to your current purpose keeps your efforts relevant and meaningful. When you remind yourself why your effort truly matters, you create a powerful mindset that supports perseverance, focus, and fulfillment. This clarity acts as a compass that guides your daily actions and helps you overcome challenges. Your effort becomes an intentional choice rather than a passive routine. By consistently reconnecting with your purpose, you build resilience against distractions and setbacks. Your motivation becomes anchored in something deeper than fleeting emotions or external pressures. This foundation sustains you through the inevitable ups and downs of any meaningful journey. Your efforts are not just tasks to complete, but expressions of your commitment to a better life. This awareness transforms work into a source of pride and satisfaction. Each step forward is a reflection of your values, goals, and desire for growth. Remember that the significance of your effort extends beyond immediate results. It shapes your character, strengthens your discipline, and teaches you valuable lessons. These benefits accumulate over time and create lasting impact in all areas of your life. Commit to starting each day and each week with a clear reminder of why your effort matters. Make it a ritual that sets the tone for your actions and mindset. This daily practice is a simple but profound way to maintain momentum and direction. When you internalize the importance of your effort, you become more intentional about how you spend your time and energy. Decisions become easier because they align with your purpose. This focus improves productivity and satisfaction. Finally, know that your effort matters even when results are not immediate or visible. Trust in the process and in yourself. The consistent choice to show up and give your best is what creates meaningful change. Every effort counts and contributes to your growth and success.